This is the most stylish way I've seen dog patrol. Just hold this dog. You are definitely the most beautiful boy on the street, either rich or negative generation, because every time he eats a tub full of burgers. The puppy next to the dog are stunned. At the beginning, he was also a cute little boy, with his siblings, living in an abandoned warehouse. His unique coat color, he was destined to have an extraordinary life. One day, animal control broke into the warehouse, and took the mother and her puppies, and took her away in a box. The little red dog hid under the blanket and escaped death. When he found out that all his family members were taken away, immediately ran out to catch up, but he was still a step too late. He was locked in the warehouse alone. He lies on the ground, barking with sadness, missing his family, but luckily, there was no way out for the dog. The door was jammed with debris. It wasn't completely closed. The little red dog crawled out through the gap. This was his first time in the outside world. He scampered around on the road, dodging the cars coming and going. Finally, he made it to the park without any danger. Then he found a cookie on the ground. He ate it when the pigeon wasn't looking. He couldn't help it. He was too hungry, but the pigeon wasn't going to give up this piece of goodness either. After some scrambling, the little red dog still couldn't grab the cookie. He growls in anger to the pigeons to vent his emotions. Uncle Hat saw his cute face. He greeted the dog on the recliner next to him. He took him in his arms and gave him a kiss. And so he took it home. And the fate of the little red dog was about to change forever. Uncle Hat's home adopted a variety of small animals, waiting for the right person to adopt. And this little girl, at first glance, she spotted the unique little red dog. "You're the cutest animal I've ever seen." And the little red dog loved her so much. He was jumping around in her arms, but the girl's uncle was against her having a dog, and gave the dog back to Uncle Hat. The girl could only leave sadly. When she returned home, she found a movement in her backpack. She opened it and saw that it was the little red dog, although she didn't know how he got in, but the girl was very happy. She even named him Erdogsy. The dog wagged its head at the girl. He soon showed his skills in housebreaking. He chewed on the slippers and ran out. Uncle saw it and said no. He said he would send him away the next day. At night, the girl took the dog into the nest. Looking at this cute little guy, she could not help but leave tears, and this was seen by Uncle Hat downstairs. He cast a spell on the girl's tears. As a result, the next day when the girl opened her eyes, she saw a huge dog's head. The dog had become as big as a rhinoceros. Translated with www.deeple.com. Translator, free version. This is a dog that is not yet a month old. A few days ago he was fighting with the pigeons for food. Just the night before, he was sleeping in the girl's arms. The girl was also frightened by it, and didn't know what to do. She thought she was dreaming, so she pinched her arm, and touched the dog's big nose. Oh my god. This is not a dream. The dog stretched his back. He was jumping around the bedroom happily. He just put his paws on the bed. The bed leg broke. Then he picked up the pillow to play with the girl. Accidentally too much force. As a result, it rained feathers in the room. He also wagged his tail happily. The computer and stationery on the table, all cleaned up cleanly. The girl hurriedly let it sit down, but then she hit her butt. The table was directly knocked back to its original shape. This is almost as good as the demolition team. The girl had to go to her uncle for help, but as soon as he went out, he saw a big dog's head. It was hard to stabilize her emotions. The old king next door came to fix the water pipe again. The girl rushed to use slippers, lured the dog into the bedroom to keep it from making noise. Uncle had to hold its tail. I didn't expect to be carried up. After sending the old man next door away, they were going to take the dog to the hospital for a checkup. If he runs, I guess not many people can pull him. The dog obediently got into the car, but as soon as the leash was untied, he saw someone playing with a ball in the park. How could this happen? The dog rushed forward with excitement, jumped into the park with ease. At this time the man in the ball did not realize the seriousness of the problem until the balloon was broken. The unlucky man was finally saved, and the dog also attracted the crowd to look around. He was not shy to fertilize the tree. Soon the photos about it spread all over the internet. As the saying goes, people are popular but not right. Pig fat a knife poke. The dog was taken up by the owner of a biological company. They specialize in breeding various biological genes, but there has been no progress. At most, they could only produce a deformed sheep. The owner saw the unique dog, determined to get his hands on it, and the dog came to the hospital. The veterinarian was stunned at the scene. This is a puppy that's not even a month old. The dog opened his cherry mouth. He said he was not full term. Then he went to weigh himself, and the scale was ruined. The doctor came up to check his heart again. This heart must have a subwoofer in it. After hearing this, the vet said, "He's so big and strong. What is there to check?" They could only take the dog away. Try to find the original hat uncle, and the company owner is also looking for the dog everywhere. Vowed to take it for himself. Translated with www.deeple.com. Translator, free version. This man is hanging in midair. In the next moment, he was about to fall to pieces. At that moment, The dog came running through the crowd and jumped in the air to catch the man steadily. The dog's courageous action. He was applauded by the people of the town. He gained the approval of everyone, but the owner of the company also found them, and falsely claimed that the dog was a runaway from his company. He wanted to take him back. The girl knew they were lying, so she ordered the dog to run away. People from the company drove around in their cars to intercept him, and the people in the town started to help cover. But this is not the way to go. You can hide for a while, but you can't hide for a lifetime. The girl took advantage of the darkness, decided to take the waterway to send the dog away. This was the only way to ensure his safety, but the dog was intercepted in the middle of the road, and sent to a biological company, preparing to do scientific research on him. The people of the town brought their tools. The plan to rescue the dog was launched. Two companions were responsible for attracting attention. They took the opportunity to infiltrate the laboratory. When they entered, they saw a goat with a cow brand of gas. Luckily, Grandma took care of it with a can of milk. When they arrived at the lab, the dog was lethargically lying on the table, facing the lab technician with an electric baton in his hand. Uncle grabbed it with a fist. The dog also woke up safely. He and the girl were finally reunited again. He was happy and jumping around. Afterwards, the girl rode on him, dodging the security guards, in full view of everyone, escaped from the bio company. The boss immediately sent someone to drive after her. The dog rampaged through the street, soon attracted the police roundup. In addition, the crazy boss did not intend to let it go. The dog could only dodge. When a police car stops him, he jumped up to the basketball court. He also scored a 3 points with his head. To get rid of the pesky boss, the dog can only find another way. They found Uncle Hat in the park by the river. They found Uncle Hat. The girls hoped that he could change the dog back, so that no one would hit him again. But Uncle Hat said, "It's your love that makes him so strong. No one can take it away." Soon there were more and more people around. At that moment the dog barked because he was afraid. Crowd immediately produced brilliant fear. But what the girl said next, but the next words of the girl made the scene silent. "Someone once told me, only those who are unique can change the world. If he was just an ordinary dog, we wouldn't even be here. Just because he's big and red, it's not right to take him away. So please, let me keep my dog." The girl's statement won the approval of everyone. Only the bad boss spoke out against it, still using bad lies, said to bring the dog back to the company. For this kind of people full of lies, Uncle Hat directly cast a magic spell, and made his company go bankrupt on the spot. The dog also stayed with the girl as he wished, in the town to live a happy life. In fact, each of us, we are all different. There is no need to lament the specialness of others. Stick to yourself, and keep a normal mind. Translated with www.deeple.com. Translator, free version.